Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and we've got a Bitcoin all-time high. I think it was like 111,000, and you know what that means. First, the liquidity flows to Bitcoin, and then we get ourselves an altcoin season, and for me, that means XRP. We're going to talk about that more, the price of XRP, more in the group. You can go to daixrp.com to join through the Patreon, or click this little join button below any of the YouTube videos. Check it out. Wallet tied to Coinbase phishing campaigns, launders funds, taunts Zach XBT after $42.5 million Thorchain swap. These guys are getting bold. And then you've got this. Cetus main LP provider Dex on SUI allegedly hacked. 11 million in SUI drained from SUI USDC pool, with most tokens down 75% as pools are emptied. I'm done dealing with all of this hack stuff, which is why I opened an account with Caleb and Brown. I now have institutional custody. I have OTC grade liquidity for my exit strategy, and I have an actual person I can talk to. So when all these exchanges start freezing up, Caleb and Brown does not. If you want to open a Caleb and Brown account, they are my affiliate partner. You can go to xrpwealth589.com, and then that's my Caleb and Brown page. Click the sign up today button and get going. I love this t-shirt. Ready for XRP Vegas? Remember, Bitcoin Las Vegas is the warm-up show for XRP Las Vegas. This t-shirt is from Scottie Pippen when they're on stage, and he says, "I met Satoshi a while ago." And Michael Saylor knew that would crumble the whole Ponzi scheme, so you can't talk about that. Great t-shirt. Go to xrplasvegas.com to get your tickets. The ticket sales are through the roof. XRP's at 243. The market is adding, we're seeing new money coming in, folks. We're at almost 3.5 trillion now. During these last few months, we've been down into the 2 trillion. But these were the numbers we were getting to back when XRP surged in December, January. I think things are about to get exciting again. Today, 15 years ago, Laszlo, whatever that name is, made the first Bitcoin transaction to buy 2 Papa John's pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin, worth $40 at the time. That would have been worth over $1.1 billion today. Wow. And Bitcoin did hit its new all-time high, 111K. And look, regardless of what you think of Bitcoin, this is a good thing for all of us as crypto holders, because Bitcoin always leads, well, for now, till regulations kick in and real utility kicks in, it'll continue to operate this way. Then all bets are off in favor of utility digital assets, in my opinion. Altcoin season soon. Screenshot this. Today, this is on the NASDAQ. Volatility Shares is launching the first ever XRP futures ETF. Ticker XRPI, is that? Yes, there's 2 times XRP already on the market for this. This is the first one time. And it has 120 million assets under management. Ends trade 35 million a day. Good signal that there will be demand for this one. Then, of course, the Stablecoin Act, the Genius Act, is progressing.
The yeas are 69, the nays are 31. The motion is agreed to.
Mr. President.
The Majority Leader.
Mr. President, I call up my amendment number 222.
Sorry, hold on a second, Mr. Majority Leader. The clerk will report the measure, please.
Calendar number 66, S1582, a bill to provide for the regulation of payments, stable coins, and for other purposes.
You're darn right. Then this is Senator Bill Haggerty talking about it.
Kaylee, there are a number of amendments. This is a major piece of legislation that's moving onto the floor. We have a large number of amendments to sort through, and my goal is to make certain that the stablecoin legislation passes and that we avoid a situation where it gets cluttered up or bogged down with a number of amendments that could be unrelated to this. So we're going through the process right now to evaluate all of this again. We probably have well over 100 amendments to evaluate, but we will narrow this down and get through it, and I'm appreciative of the fact that Leader Thune is navigating an open process here that's going to bring us, I hope, to a very successful resolution. But we have had months to work on this bill. We've incorporated input from both sides of the aisle and a lot of input from the industry and from the executive branch. I feel very good about where we are. We've got a great work product right now, and I think we're very close to seeing it come to final closure.
Now, this is the crypto czar, David Sachs, talking about how there will be trillions overnight in liquidity coming into U.S. treasuries from stablecoins, folks. Don't forget, every time a stablecoin is created and goes out and buy treasuries, that is now liquidity that flows into the crypto markets. And he's just talking about stablecoins as they relate to treasuries. This is also being done, is going to be done around the world. There will be Euro stablecoins. I'll show you one in a minute. And those things may go out and buy something in Europe, euros, whatever, back them differently. But with each creation of these things, and there will be thousands, and then you get real world asset tokenization, and that's more liquidity. This isn't hard to figure out, folks. We're sitting here in a $3.5 trillion market. Last week it was below 3 trillion, I think. Just think, as Raoul Paul says, you're talking about going from 3 or so trillion to 100 trillion. I think even more than that over time.
From benefiting from this kind of legislation?
Well, so first of all, we have significant bipartisan support for this. I think 15 Democrats voted for the bill to pass this key procedural threshold of cloture, which means there'll be no filibuster against the bill. We have every expectation now that it's going to pass. And I think the reason it's going to pass is because stablecoins offer a new, more efficient, cheaper, smoother payment system, new payment rails for the U.S. economy. It also extends the dominance of the dollar online, and it also creates billions of dollars or trillions of dollars of demand for our treasuries. So I think for all these reasons, this stablecoin bill is going to pass, and it's going to pass with significant bipartisan support.
How long do you think before stablecoin would start to really have that dollar support effect you're talking about?
I mean, I think it'll be immediate. So we already have over $200 billion in stablecoins. It's just unregulated. And I think that if we provide the legal clarity and legal framework for this, I think we could create trillions of dollars of demand for our treasuries practically overnight, very quickly.
I understand that you have argued that it was important in this trip through the Middle East just now, making some of the deals, particularly around AI, that the administration did to get in there.
Okay. Paul Barron, breaking Japan sells U.S. treasuries to defend the yen. Foreign demand for U.S. debt will accelerate, shift in treasury ownership from sovereigns to private stablecoin issuers. That's why crypto was created, folks. Balance of power in global finance may be tilting toward crypto-backed reserves. Why the Genius Act is critical. More news on this today. Ripple's making aggressive moves to acquire Circle, USDC issuers. If successful, Ripple could control the largest treasury-backed stablecoins, potentially making it one of the largest private holders of U.S. government debt. Almost as if this was all planned long ago, folks. Then you've got this from Schumann Financial. EuroP is now live on the XRP ledger. We're proud to bring the first MiCA-compliant Euro stablecoin to one of the most trusted blockchains. Here's what it means for the future of the economy. This gets pretty interesting. Digital euro is taking shape, but until now it's been missing compliant programmable euro liquidity. With EuroP on XRPL, we're unlocking DeFi, tokenized real-world assets, on-chain B2P, B2C payments, real-time euro settlements. XRPL is built for this. Fast, reliable, scalable, making it one of the most likely candidates to replace obsolete financial infrastructure. Goes on, it's fully backed 1-to-1 with euro reserves, just like we're backing with treasury reserves here. Issued by licensed EMI, audited by KPMG, reserves at top EU banks like Societe Generale, one of the Ripple partners. Together we're building the rails for Europe's next wave of financial innovation. Folks, the writing's on the wall. This is very obvious. And then here's Ripple talking about it. Comes first MiCA compliant Euro stablecoin on the XRP ledger. Key step toward compliant stablecoin adoption, enabling payments, tokenized real-world assets, and on-chain finance in Europe. Listen to this from Swift.
What would you say
Trickle, trickle, then flood, right?
are the biggest challenges facing the industry then as we move towards a more tokenized future?
Well, I think there's undoubtedly real excitement about the potential of this tokenized future. I've kind of said that we're in the digital asset space, we're kind of, to use a metaphor, ready for takeoff, which is another way of saying that in innovation, you classically see a sort of what we might call an S-curve of adoption. So slow start, then steepens as it becomes change that is being adopted, and then gradually flattens off. And
now, folks, we're going to go into daixrp.com, the Patreon. If you'd rather join through YouTube, click the join button below this YouTube video or any of my YouTube videos. Now, we're going to talk about two things. One, there's a warning. I'm going to warn you about what happens in every altcoin season. Anytime all this stuff starts running, this is what you need to watch for and what you do not need to do. And I'm going to show you exactly how it works. And it's just sickening how it works. But I'm going to show you what all these big money people are up to and how they operate in this system, and the scammers, and how that works, so that you can avoid it. And we're also going to talk about the XRP price and what we think is coming. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Away we go.